Hi, guys! If you love cooking as much as I do, please subscribe and like. My dream is 1,000 subscribers.
It's true. I never meant to make you cry.
This week, a hot new bombshell enters the villa.
Don't call me up, I'm going out tonight.
You've never been to heaven, have you? Ooh, it's the light of your life. Hold on, 'cause baby, I might just give you a bite of the sweetest pie.
Did you know you can make a chocolate cake with just 2 ingredients? Mamma mia. All you have to do is separate your egg yolks from the white and whip them like
You be the cash, I'll be the rubber band. You be the match, I will be a few. Boom, painter, baby, you be the muse. I'm the reporter, baby, you be the news. 'Cause you're the cigarette, and I'm the smoker. We raise the bet, 'cause you're the joker. Check out.
Little throwback for you all.
Rule number one is that you gotta have fun. But baby, when you're done, you gotta be the first to run. Rule number two.
I am so shocked at how good this cake is. It's only 3 ingredients and you don't even need an oven. All you need to do is separate the Oreo biscuit and filling, then crush up the biscuits. Add baking powder and mix these together, then pour in milk and add the Oreo filling and stir everything together until smooth. Now grease and line a microwavable cake mold or something similar and microwave for about 6 minutes. Let it cool fully, then turn it upside down. You can eat it like this or add a topping to make it look and taste even better.
If you watched the live earlier, you saw that I got a phone call and then I ended up having to get off. Well, that was because 2 things happened. I got this cake order for a little petite cake, and because Anthony came in, it was time for me to train him. They wanted chocolate ice cream with M&Ms in it and then chocolate cake. And so I hurried up and made that, and then they wanted me to put ganache on the outside, which I was thankful for because you guys have been asking for a ganache cake and I haven't had any in a while. And then sprinkles on the side, which the sprinkles and the dark color of the ganache look great together. And then they wanted some M&Ms on top. And then all they wanted me to write was number 7. And that was it.
So I have this neighbor who I've never spoken one word to at all. Every time I drive by in my car or when I had only a bicycle, I would ride by, we would just wave towards each other. That's it. That was our whole communication. And today I decided to go get some coffee from the gas station and everything, and I drive by and I see his garage doors open, we wave at each other, and I go get my cup of coffee, and then I also get him a cup of coffee so I can finally meet this guy who I've just been waving to for the past year and a half. I pull into his driveway and this older gentleman, this old man, got up, smile on his face, and I gave him a cup of coffee, and his daughter walks out and she tells me that he actually has
So I see you guys like when I make stuff with this boo batter ice cream. So I decided to make 2 petite cakes and decorate them differently for Halloween. I'm letting the For You page decide which one you see. If you're seeing this one first, you're on Team Little Monster. Do whatever you can to beat the little spider cake. I built each cake with the boo batter ice cream and the Halloween Oreos, and then I put chocolate cake with them. And then this one's going to be decorated with orange frosting to look like a little monster. Halfway through piping all the frosting out, it started being weird on the side. So I just went ahead and smoothed that all out and then created my own texture by tapping it with a knife. This way it still looked like fur, but it didn't have the cool texture like the top, but I made it work. Then I added little Halloween Oreos for its feet, and then half an Oreo for its eye. And then I was going to place that on top, give him a little smile, and then finish out the eye. Alright, let's beat Team Little Spider.
You don't want to take this Nutty Buddy no-bake pudding pie to a get-together, because then everyone is going to demand that you bring it to every get-together from there on out. 2 boxes of Nutty Buddy, we're going to coarsely grind part of them, and then the other we're going to cut in half and set aside. Melt a half a cup of butter and mix that with the ground up and put it in a 12-inch springform pan. To line the pan, it actually took me a full box plus 1 extra package of Nutty Buddies. 2 blocks softened cream cheese, 2 cups of peanut butter, and a half a cup of sugar. Add 2 cups of milk, and then we're going to beat this with the blender until it is good and fluffy. It will take a few minutes. Teaspoon of vanilla extract. I like to save my little medicine cups for that. 4 ounces of instant vanilla jello pudding. Then we're going to add a cup of heavy whipping cream. Mix all of that together well. We're going to put this in our springform pan and then smooth it out. I topped this with a little bit of chocolate syrup, and then I stuck it in the fridge to set for about 6 to 8 hours. So delicious, and you can get the full recipe on the Little Debbie website.
غنوجدوا اليوم تشيز كيك ديال بفرامبواز بلا فران بطريقه اللي سهله بزاف، كلكم تقدروا تصايبوها. اول حاجه غتاخدوا الزبده مع البسكوي، غتخلطوهم مع بعضياتهم وتقادوهم في المول ديال التشيز كيك. غتاخدوا 200 غرام ديال اي فرماج بغيتو، غادي تزيدوا عليه 2 بيرلي ديال الفريز وغتخلطوا مزيان. من بعد غتاخدوا 2 معالق من هذا الخليط، غتزيدوا عليه 3 الوراق ديال الجيلاتي اللي ديجا رطبتوهم في الماء، وغتذوبوا كلشي فوق البوطه وغترجعوه لذاك الخليط وتخليوه حتى يدفى. غتاخدوا 300 ملل ديال لا كريم، غادي نطلعوها مزيان وغتزيدوا عليه هذاك الخليط ديال الجبن وبيرلي وغتخلطوا مزيان. انا زدت هنا لاغوم ديال الفرامبواز والفرامبواز، الا ما بغيتوش ديروهم ما ديروهم. غنكبوا كلشي من فوق البسكوي وغندخلوها للثلاجه اقل ساعه واحد 5 سوايع تشد راسها مزيان. تبقى الثالثه غنحتاجوا ليها الماء والفرامبواز، عصيره ديال الحامض، السكر. غنديروا كلشي فوق البوطه تيغلى بحال هكا، وغنزيد عليه 2 ورقات ديال الجيلاتين، وغنخلي ديك الجيلاتين تذوب غير في السخونيه ديالو، وغادي تكبوه من فوق الطبقه الاخرى. ضروري ديروا معلقه بحال هكا باش ما يهبطش لكم هذاك الخليط لتحت ويخسر لكم الطبقه ديال لا كريم. دخلوها تبرد مزيان حتى تجمد الطبقه الثالثه، وبالصحه والراحه.
Here at Candy's Cupcakes, we are bringing you an all-time favourite, the school cake. But it's not just any school cake. This is one that you can actually make at home. We provide you with the sponge, with the icing sugar, and we also provide the delicious sprinkles. So this is suitable for halal diets, vegetarian diets. All you have to do is mix the correct amount of water with your icing sugar. Give it a really good mix. Make sure there's none stuck in the bottom like that, and then just get to the very bottom. Keep on mixing until it's a really nice smooth consistency. Get out all the lumps and bumps. This is something you can do over the school holidays with your kids, or just for yourself, because everyone loves a bit of school cake. Here are our sprinkles. All you want to do is pour out all of the icing sugar, every little drop from the bottom of the jar. It's up to you if you want to lick the spoon or not. I'm using a flat spatula, but you can use the back of a spoon, which would also do the same thing. You want to just spread it out evenly all the way across the top of your delicious soft vanilla sponge. It's our classic. And then once you've got it all nice and covered, you can have it dripping down the sides if you like. Then you want to just pinch all the little sprinkles out, enjoy decorating it, or just give it a little shake all over the cake. Put all of them on, or have a little spoonful in your mouth if you want. They are really nice. And there you go. Let it set for a bit if you want, or if you're not patient enough, just tuck in and it's ready to eat. There you have it. These are limited, so grab them now.
Alright guys, I had so many of you sending me this recipe, so I thought it was about time that I try it out. So this recipe is from Half Baked Harvest, and it is their white chocolate raspberry cake. I am obsessed with Half Baked Harvest's recipes, and I actually made one of their one-pan dinners last night. It was a chicken orzo dish, and if you guys haven't tried it out, it's super easy to make and turns out delicious every time. So for this cake, it's a basic white cake, but she adds in coconut oil instead of regular vegetable oil, which I really liked. And then you fold in your raspberries, and then also raspberry jam or raspberry preserves is what I used. And you want to make sure you don't stir in the jam all the way, just mix it enough to where you get those pretty swirls. So here we have our vanilla raspberry cake layers, and then the frosting is what's gonna have the white chocolate in it. So a little off topic, but my TikTok just updated and the editing part looks completely different. And on my end, it looks super choppy, and I'm not sure if that's how you guys are seeing it as well. But if anybody knows how to fix that, or if you guys are even seeing that on your end, please let me know because it is super annoying. Alright, and here's how the cake turned out. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Hai guys, hari ni Asha nak buat raspberry vanilla cake. Okay, jom kita buat. Mula-mula korang putarkan 4 biji putih telur sampai dia kembang sikit. Lepas tu korang masukkan 100 gram gula pasir, and then korang putar. Lepas tu korang masukkan lagi gula pasir. Jangan masuk sekaligus tau, masuk sikit-sikit. Okay, lepas telur tu dah kembang, dah jadi stiff peak macam tu, korang masukkan 4 biji kuning telur satu persatu macam ni. And then korang mix lah dia. Lepas tu korang masukkan 1 sudu kecil ovalate. Lepas tu korang mix dia lagi sampai kembang. Kemudian korang masukkan 1 sudu kecil esens vanila, 100 gram tepung gandum, 20 gram tepung jagung, 1 sudu kecil baking powder dengan setengah sudu kecil garam. And then korang ayak dia sikit-sikit dulu. Lepas tu korang kacau dia sampai sebati. Okay, lepas tu korang masukkan dalam loyang kek yang dah letak baking paper. Lepas tu korang ketuk-ketuk dia sampai keluar gelembung macam ni. And then korang bakar dalam oven selama 40 hingga 45 minit. Kemudian bila kek dah siap, korang buat macam ni dekat sekeliling kek tu. Lepas tu korang cabut baking paper. And then korang potong kek ni kepada beberapa layer guna kek cutter ni. Kek cutter ni ada je kat Shopee, korang boleh beli. Kemudian untuk filling ni, Aisyah guna filling daripada Fructose Malaysia. So untuk preser ni, Aisyah guna preser raspberry, dan korang boleh dapatkan filling daripada IG atau Shopee dia. Dan korang letaklah filling raspberry ni atas kek ni dan ratakan. Okay, now kita buat frosting untuk kek ni pula. So korang sediakan satu bekas yang ada air ais batu. Masukkan satu cawan non dari whipping cream. Lepas tu korang putar dia sampai kembang. Cara korang nak tahu whipping cream tu dah kembang, bila korang terbalikkan dia, dia tak jatuh. Maksudnya whipping cream tu dah kembang dah lah. And then korang warnakan whipping cream tu. Lepas tu bolehlah frosting kek korang. By the way, Aisyah punya frosting kek macam tak kemas sangat tau, sebab dia macam cair. So kalau korang nak frosting korang cantik, pastikan whipping cream korang kembang. And now kek kita pun dah siap.
Let's make school cake. Scrunch your parchment paper and line your baking tray. Then weigh your eggs. These are 176 grams. This recipe uses equal weights of the main ingredients. So I'll need 176 grams of unsalted butter, caster sugar, and self-raising flour. In a large bowl, add your butter and sugar along with a teaspoon of vanilla. Keep whisking until the mixture lightens in color for a wonderfully soft cake. Then add your eggs one at a time, mixing thoroughly before adding the next. Fold in your self-raising flour just until no flour streaks remain. If you only have plain flour, that's okay. You can turn plain flour into self-raising by adding a teaspoon of baking powder for every 100 grams of plain flour. More times than not, my cake batter is too thick. From a lot of testing, I found adding just a dash of milk really improves the final cake texture. This is 15 milliliters to be exact. Gently fold the milk in, making sure not to overmix. Then pour your cake batter into a lined baking tray and spread it out, making sure it reaches all corners. Bake at 170 degrees Celsius for 35 to 40 minutes. You'll know it's ready if you poke the center of your cake with a toothpick and it comes out clean. The icing sets quickly, so we will make it once the cake has completely cooled down. For a beautiful school cake, you want a thick icing. Mix together 170 grams of icing sugar with 30 milliliters or 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. Add the milk in parts and mix thoroughly before adding more. Then spread that over your completely cooled cake and top with sprinkles. This recipe makes 8 generous slices, which you can serve on its own or better yet with custard. Enjoy!
Hi everyone, so this is my first time making school sprinkle cake. So I started off by mixing some butter and sugar together until it was soft. I then added just about 2 eggs and I mixed that as well. I also added some self-raising flour. I eyeballed it because I didn't have a specific measurement. But yeah, I just kept mixing and I added an extra egg because the batter was a bit too thick. I also added some milk as well. And I just kept mixing. I also added a tablespoon of baking powder as well, and I kept mixing and mixing. I also added some vanilla extract as well, and I continued to mix it until I achieved my desired consistency. So anyway, as you guys can see, I poured it into a baking tray and I kind of just evened the ends out a bit so that I could fill the whole tray. And so yeah, I set the oven to 180 degrees and I put the batter in. So I made my icing next, and I added some icing sugar along with a little bit of milk, and I kept mixing it with a whisk, and I added some more sugar and just kept mixing as I went along, just so that I could achieve a thick consistency of the icing to add on top of the cake. So yeah, I added the icing on top of the ready-made cake, and I just spread the icing out a bit because the icing was kind of like falling into the ends. So yeah, I added my vermicelli last, also known as the sprinkles, but anyway, yeah, I just filled the whole top of the cake with sprinkles, and this is how it looked. Hopefully I did well. Thank you guys for watching.